How's it going? Enjoying the weather of June? That hot hell on earth? When it gets too hot, we all crave for a weather like this. But I guess not the Russians. Just look at how cool Vladimir Putin is. It is said that his aura is so cool that Russia never gets hot because of it. Or that the summers did not agree to his terms and conditions, which is why he keeps it away from the Russian borders. So let's have a test of what Russia is like through this GTA mod. It is called GTA Criminal Russia. If you look at the disc, we can see a white Franklin, a character with the face of Ryan Gosling, not sure who this guy is, a police car straight out of GTA 5. And what's with those World War II planes? Is this game set in the 1940s? If we flip the disc, it is said the Grand Theft Auto series belonged to a genre of free roaming. That's just the plain GTA description. And I've read through the entire description. There is nothing exclusive about this disc. What's the system requirements? Windows 7 or 8? Dual core CPU with 3 GHz, 3D graphics card with 64 MB of VRAM. So that means this is a GTA San Andreas mod, if this is correct. Requirements 1 gigs of RAM. If I have that much, does that make me rich? With sound and cheat codes, of course that tag is expected. But the logo of Karachi Computers is nowhere to be seen, which means this should be good. Is it? So let's put this suka in, install it shap, and enjoy the cool weather of Russia, blyat. But before that, let me show you some GTA 6 surprise from this video's sponsor. DPCstore.net is an online platform to buy digital games. You can have PlayStation and Steam games, along with gift cards of all kinds. You can buy regular games, rented games, offline activated games. And the good news, the pre-orders of GTA 6 is available on the store now. You can have it with all kinds of different options, prime slot, secondary slot, even the offline activated version. Apart from that, there are a few new updates into the store. We can buy PayPal gift cards, Robux, some newly available games, and lots of options for the PlayStation and Xbox gift cards. For any queries and questions, you can contact them through WhatsApp, or to make a purchase, you can drop your Telegram or WhatsApp contact in this section. Note that for the offline activated games, you would be given a separate account. So the game's launch icon is straight away a Russian flag. I like that. And it has a new main menu image. Russian mod groups. That's their website if you want to check it out. Not sure if it's still alive 10 years later. It is written Kriminalnaya Russia. But thank God the main menu is in English. We get 2 different options, the San Andreas standard game or the Criminal Russia stories. Why would I want to play the standard game? A song starts to play in the background which is so lovely. It is called Etanoj, which means these nights. It matches the vibe so well. It's a lovely song. Unfortunately, I cannot play that in the background for obvious reasons. And we cannot search for it on YouTube if we do not have a Russian keyboard setting. Which is why I will put the link in my description if you want to check the song out. And it's such a lovely atmosphere with the song, with this intro cinematic. And then finally we are introduced to this character named Alex. Is it just me, or does he look like a younger version of, you know... He's holding a suitcase, which probably means he's back in town after a while. So let's get to the mission area and see what's it about.
Последний раз я был здесь, в 88-м.
He comes into these apartments to meet Mike. And I understand that the San Andreas engine has some limitations, but these greeting animations are kind of silly. From this conversation, we learn that Alex was maybe a soldier for the Soviet Union, which then dissolved. And he's back in town, which is called Ushnu City, which is not a real place. I searched for it. And this is 1992. And as expected of a standard GTA mission, Mike tells him that someone owes him money, hasn't returned, to which Alex promises to bring it back. And then, of course, they had to mention vodka. Then the game begins, and we have this Balalika? Balalika? Balalaika. Let's grab this bike and get to the graveyard. Well, we can see that the game certainly has glitches. Not only does the texture flicker,
Look out! Get off the road!
but the audio is all messed up. Driving any vehicle sounds like dragging a person across the road. Finally, we arrive at the graveyard. Here comes the person who owes us money.
Это вы должны Михаилу денег?
А чё, ты хочешь лежать здесь рядом?
A fight scene. I kinda enjoyed this fight scene. I mean, it's nothing special with the mod, of course, it's just basic San Andreas fighting. And after the fight ends, the person tries to escape, we need to catch him, but we also need to kill him. The problem is, shooting while driving a cycle is gonna slow us down, which means he's gonna get away. And after realizing that this is impossible to do so, I had to cheat. I used the Rocket Man cheat code to chase him down until I realized that the mission had a time limit and he got away. Within the context of the mission, a time limit makes no sense. I was in no mood to restart the mission so soon, so I was just hanging around trying to look at this new map. Then I grabbed the car, which had the same problem as the bike. It has that dragging a person across the street kind of sound effect instead of the engine. And I think I know what the problem is. I used to do lots of modding for GTA San Andreas myself, and this modding team probably used the ALCI SAT. That is a software used to change the sound effects in GTA San Andreas. The problem with it is that it's inconsistent. Sometimes if you try and change a sound, it would work perfectly well. But most of the times, the entire game sound effects would overlap and create problems like these. Then I stopped at this building to see what's inside until the game crashed. So I came back, I did manage to enter the building, which was this dance bar of some kind. But it wasn't too long until the game crashed again. That's when I figured that you cannot enter any building because it would just make the game go boom. I restarted the game and this time I thought about testing out the standard San Andreas game. This should be different. And I was right. First the game starts with the GTA 4 intro. And then there's this long ass intro cinematic. This keeps going on and on and on. It's playing some Russian rap song in the background music, which I cannot play for obvious reasons. This intro cinematic does showcase the mod pretty well, but it is unskippable. It's being forced down my throat. And then I calculated that this intro is 4 minutes and 30 seconds long. That is literal torture. Then the game finally starts in Station South. Cool train, cool little town. But why are these flies buzzing around the main character? I was just trying to explore on foot until I saw the policeman. I was about to steal that bike until the game crashed again. I had to restart and this time I saw that there is a save file, so that would save me from the trouble of going through the entire 4 minute 30 seconds long intro again. Okay, so we are in this apartment, there is a save icon, we can go upstairs, nothing special. We can go downstairs. Since now I know that the game keeps crashing, so I had to use cheats and make most of the time exploring as much as I could before the game crashed on me again. Well, it has some cool cars, some buildings, and what is this? A gigantic tower in the middle? I'm sorry to all the Russians, I don't know if this is a real-life monument of some kind. I did find my way to the top. Nothing special there, it's just like a picnic spot. We can find a parachute if you want to jump. Most of the cheats are the usual San Andreas cheats, except for one, and I was kind of expecting this. Of course, we are gonna have a Mi-24 helicopter. And of course, it has no sound. The weapons and the missiles function as they should at least. Then I jumped out to test a new car. Well, it has the same dragging a person across the street kind of sound effects. Until the game crashed again. This time I thought, no time to waste, let's grab a jet and take a flight across the entire map to see what it is. Of course, the jet has no sound effects, as you should expect. And the map isn't that exciting. It is extremely abundant. But it does have a new airport. That too isn't exciting, except for one thing, and that becomes my favorite thing about this mod. It has a MiG-15. It's just been skin swapped with the Rustler from the original game. But as for the sound effects, it's the ringing bell from a bicycle. Well, never mind, I do love this design, I love this aircraft. It's a shame that it has no proper sound effects. But who would have thought even a simple skin change in GTA San Andreas modding would feel so different? And I am going to make an unusual statement. I think flying in GTA San Andreas is one of the most underrated aspects of the whole game. I wish they would have focused more on the dogfights and flying aspects. Then I found out this little booth. It has all the photos of maybe the designers? Could be? Or could be just some random celebrities from Russia. The map is extremely abundant. I mean, of course, it's made by one guy. But if this project would have continued, and people contributed to the efforts in this, I think this would have been one of the greatest maps ever to be created by mods. I was deliberately avoiding cars, because I felt like if I get in one, then the crashing of the game would become inevitable in a few moments. I found a train. It is long, it is beautiful, but it is slow. Terribly slow. And what's this? Another train going right past through me? Train driving is also one of the most underrated aspects of San Andreas. It gives you the feel of traveling through an entire continent. I mean the original San Andreas, of course, because it has 3 different cities. And before you ask, no, it does not have the sound effects of dragging a person across the street, but this sounds like walking. The train is walking with footsteps. Avtovokza. What does Avtovokza means? Is this like a canteen? A cafe? What's that? You can call a taxi? I don't need a taxi, so get lost, punk. Let me blast you, fool. Oh, the game blasted me instead. So I guess that was all I could showcase for the mod. And that would be the end of the video, so hasta la vista, baby.